Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. The podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc Simmons17. I'm joined tonight by my one and only very handsome tag partner. I'm gonna give him the hot tag. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. One and only, ladies and gentlemen. Quit trying to tag with us. One and only. Yeah, Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand. And as I said before, one and only, which means we are Country Air at Country Air Official on Facebook and the Instagrams. And if you want to send us the tweets on the Twitters, you do Country Air Brand because Twitter doesn't allow too many characters.
Yeah, it's like my one and only in another lucha universe. Maybe I have another tag partner, but we'll get into that.
I don't even feel like I'm alive in that universe, so I'm not upset about it. I don't exist in that universe. Any other universe except that one, I'm upset about. But
yeah, that universe. Well, luckily, that universe mostly wants to be its own thing, so
exactly.
It's not that bad. You know what?
But,
oh God, I didn't even think about this, but we have no Perch.
But I have a banger.
You have a banger. Go ahead, brother.
No, the music illiterate has a banger.
Hell yeah.
That's actually inspired by the premiere because they when we were setting up for 0-1 for the tag belts in the highlight video, they talked about Egypt Central. You make me sick. That's not the banger.
Mm-hmm.
The banger is Egypt Central Hunted.
Hunted?
Yeah, Hunted. I don't know why lately I've been listening to it at the gym a lot. Gets me jazzed up. It kind of makes me think of a little foreshadowing our new gear in a way.
Okay.
Makes me think a lot about the American Wolves. So yeah, it's like I don't know why. It's probably nothing to tie with it, just my weird mind, but it's Hunted, yeah.
It's no problem. As much as we have butted heads with the premiere, I do have to say they do have good music choices for the most part. So they are good, at least on that end.
Yeah, there's a few, but I don't want. Yeah, I had a couple of them that I remember. I'm like, man, I've been listening to the hell out of Hunted.
All right, yeah, no, they've definitely put me onto a couple songs. Campbell's always shared shit, and the rare times SK jumps on social media, it's usually because he's sharing music.
So Campbell reminds me of you with the TikToks and the music, with the music and all that. And I feel like I'm more like the SK where I throw something out just to make sure people know I'm alive. I'm like Doc makes all these cool for anyone that ever asks, the captions are mostly Doc. Doc makes all the cool stuff. I don't know if you realize lately my social media just has hashtags because I have no idea what the caption photos anymore. So I'm just I'm done trying. I just put the photo out there.
Hey, that's fine. As long as you're putting on for the brand, that's what matters.
Content.
Yeah, awesome.
Or if Doc can confirm, I also will message Doc if I want to post something ASAP and it's really cool. I say, "What do you want to name this?"
Yeah. But hey, that's teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
Yes, sir. How was your breakfast this weekend, brother?
Non-existent.
Oh,
I don't think I had the breakfasts. No, Jack had some waffles. I took a piece of his and that was it because he was telling me to back off.
he's a growing football stud.
Dude, he was killing it. Just side note, dude, it went from the coaches telling him he's too small to him being a D end on a team, blowing through the line. He had 3 sacks.
Yeah, he was looking good on those videos Val was sharing.
Yeah, he ain't afraid to hit. That's the most important thing.
Yep, that's that wrestling mindset.
Yes, sir. But how was your breakfasts? Did you ever try out honey butter?
I did not get to honey butter because I don't know if you know, but Firewise Barbecue has a food cart down the road from your house.
At Menards?
Yeah, Menards. So
yep.
And they were there that morning, so I went there. So that was delicious.
Yeah. There's actually another, if you like that barbecue, next time you're over, there's another barbecue spot that's 10 times better. That's not that far. It's actually where It's close to where Legacy runs.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but like on lunchtime they have like a barbecue pulled pork baked potato.
Mm. I'm a
Super
big
good.
fan
Val
of
got
barbecue
one.
and potatoes.
It was one of those I told Val I wasn't hungry and Val got one and then I ate it.
Yeah. No.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Hell yeah. And relationships too. It's very important. So yeah, I had that. Obviously with Taco Fest, had some delicious tacos, was able to squeeze some tacos in. Um, so that was a banger. And then my usual cheese grits, eggs, and sausage on Sunday. That's what K Dot was in the mood for. So made some for her. So that
I mean, technically for breakfast, we're talking about the first meal. I had Chipotle Saturday. We got the
that's
half and half steak and chicken burrito bowl. I had a banana one morning, so there's that.
hey,
That counts.
potassium. That potassium is important for us athletes.
Yes, sir. I eventually want I want to get into your lucha universe one day, just so I could be at Taco Fest because I
So
want
you,
taco.
you can just come.
No, like I'm stubborn at this point. It's 4 years. Like I'm stubborn. Like I don't.
You can
Maybe
just
call this
come and they will
arrogant.
probably give you tacos.
Well, they giving tacos
Yeah.
for free.
Yeah. They got the ticket. So yeah, I didn't pay for any of my tacos. They were free.
Yeah, but you were when you were in your lucha universe when I wasn't, and I went. I had to pay. You got the tickets.
Well, you can have
So
half of my tickets. I don't need them all.
hashtag dream work makes the team work, or teamwork makes the dream work. That's the whole motto of this podcast
Yeah,
tonight.
that's the model of episode 91 is teamwork.
Coming to a ring announcement to you. They make teamwork makes the dream work with these two.
Yeah. Yep. Get it ready, announcers. We're adding to our paragraph.
About to be a goddamn essay.
Yep. All right. Did you watch any wrestling in the last week?
I did. I watched so like I've been going to my home gym now a lot. It's a very easy drive. It's a 2 minute walk, better than driving to the gym. But no one ever goes there, so I get the whole TV to myself. So I put a lot of YouTube videos. I watched Motor City Machine Guns versus Generation Me in a TLC match. I watched the Machine Guns again versus who was it? Another tag team that I can't think of right now. But I've been watching a lot of TLC matches. Oh, I watched Young Bucks versus Lucha Brothers, the All Out one where they came out dressed up as samurais and like for the AAA belts. That was freaking great. I watched I watched Elevation. I watched Dark. I caught all those. Uh, watched Storm Grayson, Brandon Gore, and all them doing their thing. I want to say I watched Raw last week. I feel like I watched Raw. I don't remember. I don't really ever remember what's on TV until someone brings it up. But I definitely feel like I've seen clips from AEW this week. Like didn't Swerve interrupt the Acclaim
Yes.
this week? Yeah,
Biggest heel move of the week.
dude, like that was such a good heel move. Like I remember watching on my man, I feel like once you remind me of what happened on the AEW, like I'm not gonna lie, AEW has so much I always forget, and I'm pretty bad about remembering the wrestling. But when I hear about it, I remember everything.
It's all right. It's all right. All for the most part that I watched this week was AEW. Because it was a big episode after the incident last weekend. So first they had the Tony Khan made the announcement for
See, yep, now I remember what happened at AEW. We got
yeah
6-man tag, yeah, all that,
yeah we
which
have
was
all
all
the
really
new
good.
stuff.
And the Daniel Garcia thing, him and Wheeler Yuta tearing it down. See, like now I remember exactly what happened.
Yep. We'll start at the beginning. So first it started with Best Friends in Orange Cassidy versus Death Triangle for those trios titles that they just introduced. Very good match. Death Triangle is awesome. No surprise.
You know, for a while AEW wasn't giving Pac love, and now he's the first ever double AEW champion. Like
and I
I
think
think
it's
people
well deserved.
I think people forget he was there like when they not even like for the first show, but like when they had that press conference at Jacksonville, like he arrived there.
Yeah, he's been there since the beginning. They definitely use him as a utility man. I mean, they use Death Triangle as like a utility group. They can be put anywhere, singles, tag, trios. You know it's going to be a banger match. You know they're going to have an awesome time with no matter who's in there. Um, so it was good to see. Yeah, and most importantly, Death Triangle comes up with the win, and they are the new AEW Trios champions.
Yes, sir.
Penelope Ford made the comeback against Tony Storm in an eliminator match. Uh, I have enjoyed Penelope's run in AEW, though she's been injured a lot. But I do think she's one of those wrestlers that you've seen get better every match in AEW, and that's always exciting to see. It's good to see people get better at the things they like to do. Uh, Wardlow came out, cut a promos, talking about people saying that the momentum is gone. There actually were a lot of good promos on this show, whether it was Wardlow, whether it was, like you said, Swerve cutting off the Acclaimed and the biggest heel move of the week, or how the show started with MJF coming out, letting that New York crowd get that pop, and then going heel, and then Moxley coming out like a tired dad, just like I have no time for your shit, child. Get out of my ring, and putting the team on his back.
Jack didn't see it, but I know like we were watching it with the Josh Allen thing, and I felt like Jack would have been super pumped. And then when he like said Josh Allen sucks, Jack would have been down. I want to show Jack that clip just because Jack loves Josh Allen.
Oh, Jack's a big Josh Allen fan. Did he?
Yeah, could you
He
tell by his first pick in the draft?
I haven't looked at the draft results, but I did see that every team is fucking stacked, and
Well, when you have like you all right, side note, Doc and I are in a league with my stepson and nephew, and that's it. Like first of all, that's it.
yeah, yeah.
And like Doc and I are significantly like under those two, but every team is stacked. But I was looking at me and you, I'm like, me and Doc are definitely on the suckier side of these two, but they're
But it's
chasing.
like not. I'm not upset about it. It's that's
Yeah.
the thing. Luke's sending me trades. Like, man, do I really need to trade? There's so much on the waiver wire. I don't need to give up
Yeah,
anything.
Jack looked at me, he's like, so do you want to trade? I'm like, you just drafted your players. Like, like
We just drafted. There's so much on the waiver wire.
it went from draft being on Tuesday to draft being on Monday to draft being later that night to like, hey Doc, 15 minutes, we're going. That's
Yeah.
how impatient that was.
But hey, the kids want what they want, and we're here to deliver. But it's like I'm actually somewhat excited for this because the teams are just so ridiculous with only 4 teams.
But yeah, it's gonna be a fun, high scoring season.
And yeah, so it'll be fun. Looking forward to it. But before I get off track, Wardlow cut a promo and he wrestled Tony Nese and beat him soundly, which was awesome. Another good thing was freaking MJF's crew. I don't know if they've got a name yet. Coming out, cutting a promo. Stokely Hathaway celebrating his win for the ladder match, and Lee Moriarty just being Smokey from Friday.
Dude, Lee
Awesome.
Moriarty is so like that guy's always charismatic, and that guy deserves so much more. It's like good to see him on TV. I like the green hair. I like the smoky look. I like that guy on the camera said, "You got knocked the hell out."
Yep. Everything
Like
was very entertaining. Smart move by him.
I
Uh,
want more Lee Moriarty on TV.
yeah. Also got the Hangman Page Brian Danielson match, part 3, which was also a good match. Loved the finish. Um, it's been an interesting story that they've been telling lately, is that the buckshot lariat has been Hangman Page's downfall lately.
I
Um,
mean, in reality, as a guy who used to do the buckshot lariat, it's very inconvenient.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's super cool looking, but it's hard to do if the ropes aren't tightened. And I'm sorry, like as a guy who like me and Doc are getting Hawkeye vision. I'm seeing a guy flipping over the top rope. I'm not standing there.
Yeah. So it has been very interesting that he has lost 2 times in a row due to the buckshot lariat. So maybe some in-ring storytelling going on there. Maybe we'll see a new finisher, or maybe we'll see him overcome. But it should be interesting to say the least. And then, yep, in the main event, we had that pure title match: Wheeler Yuta, Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia coming to the ring with West Side Gun. Tony Khan just really went all in on this show to get everybody to forget about the problems of last weekend, and I was highly appreciative. The crowd there wasn't too into the match. They just wanted to see the hometown boy win, which he did. And we got that awesome moment with Brian Danielson coming out, putting the title on Garcia. Jericho rushing to the ring because he said appreciation society wouldn't support you in this win, but now he's upset because Blackpool Combat Club is making moves, which I like. I mean, if they do this with like everybody else, all the other names, young names that they announced, and we've got Lee Moriarty over there with MJF, and once they meet up with Blackpool Combat Club, if they start trying to bring Lee Moriarty over, I'd be very happy with that.
I mean, I like people complain about all the faction at AEW. I like factions. Like, I mean, in wrestling, you always have like your clique, your
Yeah.
factions to look like everyone's clicking. Like, I mean, Blackpool Combat Club, I like the fact that they're not afraid to beat the crap out of each other. Like, I bet you Moxley and Bryan will wrestle each other if they
Yep,
have
I
to.
would not be surprised.
Claudio will wrestle both of them. Like, Yuta will wrestle all of them. But they're like, if we have to pick guys, these are my guys. These are my guys. And like, I like the idea if there's a lot of factions, why don't factions try to poach talent?
No, yeah, yeah. It especially with them trying to poach talent. I think it makes it interesting. I'm a fan. Like I'm with you. I'm a fan of factions. I'm a fan of teams. It to me it makes
Fan of
sense in
dojos.
wrestling. Heels always have factions. Why can't good guys have factions as well? So I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. That is about all I watched. I think I only caught AEW. I mean, I'm sure there are some matches here and there. I watch like I said, I've been watching R tag matches.
Yeah, I did watch technically I watched what we did this weekend. I
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
that all yesterday.
I watched what we did this weekend, and we'll get to that here in a second. But like I said, just studying your work on the apron. Also been studying like just the energy I present when I come out. It's kind of I for a reason died it down, but this weekend I focused on bringing it back up. Um, I was just getting blown up on our entrance. Just frankly, I was just getting blown up on our entrance, so I tried
I
to.
was blown up after BCW, but that's because I ran 3 laps around the ring.
Yeah, carrying a child. I didn't think that was very smart.
I'm just trying to make memories.
No, yeah, it was a good moment. It was a good moment. Loved it. But yeah. Uh yeah, been watching a lot of art stuff, just trying to give a critical eye to smaller things. And I I want to say people have been critical, but people have been telling me to be more aware of uh presentation in matches, I guess, is what I'm looking for without saying too much. So just been
Yeah.
trying to focus on that lately. But yeah, that's about it. Why don't we get into what we did this weekend?
Yes,
Um,
sir. It was a home game weekend.
yes.
Uh it was nice. We love traveling. Not gonna lie, I've been telling a lot of fans like because I have people asking me why aren't we at such and such promotion? Why are we not this promotion? I've had a couple of people like I want to get in contact with you guys for this, and I always tell them if we're open, we're definitely like happy to do it. But I've like told like people when they ask us about the Wisconsin shows that we're trying to get more out of state, more all over the places. Like wrestling in Wisconsin's great. We have a lot of great talent, but we can only do so much with that.
Yeah,
But
and as much as you guys love us, we want to see if people from elsewhere might like us.
exactly. We want to paint the country pink and blue.
Yep, those colors. Raise your flag. Um,
Yes, sir. But again, home weekend. It big opportunities all around for them out of town shooters coming back in town. We were at ICW, had a shot for the ICW Tag Team Championships. We earned those at La Pica. We mentioned it last week on the podcast. Look, ICW is doing some big things in the next couple of months, and being a champion in that promotion would mean a lot during those big moments. So we wrestled Marjax for the ICW Tag Championships. Doc, how did you feel it went?
I think I think we're 2 for 2 and putting on great matches with Marjax, but we are 0-2 right now when it comes to beating Marjax.
Yes. I had a fan give me some advice. They said we need to tie Val's ankles to the post of the ring and put her arms in between the top and middle rope and handcuff her arms behind her back. And if we do that, we have a chance.
Well, that's a future stipulation of waiting to happen.
Very, very true. Except it might be a cage or something. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, handcuffing her to a ring, it's fine.
Yeah, but I'm sure she'll be okay.
Yeah.
It's not like she has shoulder problems or anything.
Yeah, no elbow problems.
Yeah. Her arms are completely fine. But no, I think it was another banger of a match.
Debuted something new.
Yep, debuted something new. Fighting with our big brothers is always a fun thing, but unfortunately, I died.
Yes, Doc died.
I died. It's been 2 weeks in a row of me dying. We'll see if we'll go 3 for 3 this week. But yes, unfortunately, I died, and this was a tag match, and that left Zach alone, which you don't want to do in a tag match.
And I mean, it was all right. I was grabbing Jared Jacks for a suplex, but we talk about the X factor in the room, Val. Her arms are definitely not messed up because she was able to pull my feet from underneath me and then put all 80 pounds, which hit the gym because I couldn't kick out of her or Jared laying on top of me.
Hey, a straight hip extension, I guess it would be in that sense of 80 pounds. Isn't easy.
Yeah, but we're trying to be 3-time ICW tag champs, and unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit postponed.
Yep, but your boys will be back soon enough, and we will reclaim what's ours.
Yes, sir. But then we made our way to Brew City Wrestling. We have. When was the last time we were at Brew City? June.
Something like June, maybe May.
June. Yeah, May or June. Yeah, May or June. We were at last time we were at Brew City. We found ourselves in a #1 contendership for the Brew City Wrestling Tag Team Championships. We took on the former tag champs, Bear Kingdom. I thought we put on a hell of a match, hard hitting. Bear Kingdom were former champs for a reason, but we were able to finally hit Air Buddies and finally claim a Brew City Wrestling #1 contendership.
Hell yeah. Bear Kingdom. He's like, we've definitely wrestled them less than a handful of times, maybe once or twice as a tag team. Either way, I would say that's probably our best match that we've had against those guys. Crowd was into it. It's why we do it. Crowd was going both ways. But luckily, those out-of-town shooters, your mama's favorites, came up with the win.
Yes, sir. Nothing but respect for Bear Kingdom. They, like I said, that was probably our best match we've ever wrestled with them. Definitely. Getting you powerbombed on the top of me.
Yep.
That heavyweight body, man, it feels too good. But Doc did not die this match.
I did not die this match.
Oso died.
Oso died, yeah.
And we were able to get the Air Buddies, like I said. Doc's never held Brew City Wrestling tag gold. I've never held Brew City Wrestling gold at all. So Caribbeans, you guys are getting a little comfortable. You guys thought we were done. You thought we were dead. No, we're coming back. They retained the belts last weekend, so they're the guys we're aiming for.
Hell yeah. You guys are in our sights, in our crosshairs. We're coming for you. And then earlier in the day, I was at Taco Fest with Mondo Lucha. It's good to have Taco Fest back. I know it got postponed. It's been a weird ride with Taco Fest during the COVID era, but it was great to be back. They changed the setup a little, so it felt a bit more intimate. Reaching out to the crowd for this show. Um, they always bring good energy. Kids are there having a good time. Taco trucks lining the Summerfest grounds. It's just a great experience. Then, Mondo Lucha has its alternate universe. So that's where I was tagging with Jared Jacks. Team Turbo out here up against Brew Baker and Dysfunction, Team Filth. Um, Great match. The kids were super into it. I mean, really, whole crowd was super into it. People were coming up after the show saying thank you, which is always appreciated. It was a hot day and it was hot in that ring. But Team Turbo came up with the win as your Mondo Lucha Tag Champs. And we put in the work, showed those kids that tag team wrestling is fun and exciting, and I was very happy with that match. I think we all were very happy with that match. But more importantly, Team Turbo up with the win, still your tag team champions.
Yes, sir.
So brother, why don't we get into our topic for the day? We are without Perch, so you know what that means. We get to do predictions and fantasy booking.
Yeah, sidebar before we go, anyone who wants to know, Perch is traveling overseas. I don't know if he said that last week on the podcast,
Yes, he
but
did.
he is making his UK debut. So he's not with us. So, show the brother some love. But because, again, Perch isn't one of those guys who likes predictions. He doesn't like to be spoiled on anything. So,
Yep.
yeah.
So
Back
since
to the
he's not
topic.
here, we are going to indulge into the sin of things we think might happen. So I asked my partner, after these suspensions are done, what are going to be the matches coming back for the Bucks, Kenny Omega, and CM Punk? Why don't you go first, brother?
So, I think the match for CM Punk is this one's gonna be a hard one because Punk's supposedly has surgery for 6 to 9 months, right?
Yep.
So
So you
that
have to
makes that
think 6 to 9 months in the future. Where do you see AEW?
6 to 9 months in the future. There's MJF, who I think it might be the next champion,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if Punk will be there. I'm gonna go on a limb. Stokely faction is gonna be running things with MJF as the reign leader of the AEW champion. They're gonna be talking shit, and MJF's gonna talk about how he's beating everyone at AEW. No one's great. No one can beat him. He is the best in AEW. Punk will come out. Punk will challenge for the belt, but his first match back will be Punk versus Lee Moriarty.
Okay.
We're gonna have like the faction do what factions do and make them earn their way to the final boss. And it's gonna be a CM Punk Lee Moriarty match.
All right. Very interesting. Very interesting.
I think you always I like how I like wrestling. I like when you have a guy come back and the heel has a faction. I don't like sending your weakest guy out first. I like when the guy comes out, I like to send one of your bigger threats out first, and then send out some guy who you know is not that great as a second match because you've already had your good guy beat him down. And then, you just start building up but you go tough guy, tough guy, tough guy, tough guy, small guy, Simpsons order. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You care about your weaker link, so you want to weaken them first.
Yes, sir. You just don't go out and be like, hey, I'm going to have James Ellsworth weaken you down.
Yeah.
Sorry, James Ellsworth.
But that was the weakest person you can get. Weakest person you can think of at the time.
Yeah, that or Mav Boone, one of the two. That's probably why Mav was always second, like when he wrestled the Rose Dynasty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, think of it that way. But I think the Young Bucks, I don't know, I think logically speaking, they have the Elite take on Death Triangle for the belts. That's I think but I don't think they deserve it. Like if you come off, I think off suspension, like they have to do some stuff. I don't think they just get put right back in title contention. For the Young Bucks, uh, I say I see him wrestling. Maybe FTR, another FTR match. Like
Mm-hmm.
FTR seems like they're like on a roll. Seems like FTR can go stampede through some people, and eventually, like with the Bucks being gone for a while, the Bucks come back and take on FTR. And I would like to see Kenny Omega come back against Daniel Garcia.
Okay.
But I'm I'm also going to play now the multi-universe where the feelers are true and the elite goes to WWE.
Yeah.
And I say the elite goes and they take on the bloodline.
That would truly be the dream match.
But they start off by wrestling. Kenny starts off by wrestling Cody in number one contenders match. And the Bucks have to wrestle the Street Profits in a number one contendership match.
All right. Those would probably be very good matches.
Yeah, like let them wrestle all those people real quick. But or I mean, if you just put Kenny Omega versus Roman Rock, the bad thing that might be the biggest like thing because then people have no eyes. But the only thing I think WWE would do is make them wrestle at least one match so fans who don't know what AEW is, because there are those people that don't,
Yeah.
they're at least aware of like why these guys are where they're at.
Yeah. I think,
So those
Street
are,
Profits would probably be a good pick for that before you get to the Usos.
but that's the other thing is there's also Gable and Otis that like if you're like wanting them to wrestle someone heel.
Yeah.
Like, hey, but for entertainment value and my own personal enjoyment, I'd rather watch them wrestle Street Profits and like put on. I think they're gonna like be able to put on more of a bigger tag match to introduce those guys to the WWE universe the right way. Mm-hmm. You wrestle like I don't know. I'm not trying to be mean, but
It's a Clash of Styles thing.
Well, like
it's not me.
Even
I
Angel
think
Garza and Humberto, like you can have the Young Bucks wrestle them, but like I think people like there's matches you can
I don't
tell
think
who's
Humberto
gonna
and
win.
Angel are high enough in the card to get the effect that you're looking for.
Yeah, like you're trying to think if you want to like prove like these guys are guys who everyone wants to wrestle the Uso and the guys who don't know. You put the Street Profits out there, have the Young Bucks put on like a 20-minute match with them. They go over somehow. Now they're established like they are a legit tag team for the guys who don't know. And then that Uso match is a lot more interesting because everyone knows how close Street Profits are to be in them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've given me a few things to think about, but in my universe, it's kind of a return to rematches, and hopefully everybody can do business and be adults in my perfect world. So CM Punk would come back and wrestle Hangman Adam Page.
I mean, that's a good one actually.
Because this is where it all started. I don't think AEW has, to its benefit and to its failure, hasn't shied away from backstage drama, kind of also being a part of on-stage drama. I also don't think it would be right for everybody who came off suspension to just come back and immediately be in the title picture.
Yeah.
So I think with Hangman being eliminated from the tournament, this would set it up perfectly if Punk's going to work his way back to the title to come back.
But that's also saying Punk doesn't need surgery.
Yeah.
You covered
yeah. So
I'm sorry to pop your bubble. Like if you need surgery,
yeah, he does need surgery. So that makes it a little bit longer of a timeline. It makes things a little difficult. But in the perfect world, he has his surgery. He's fully healthy, and he can actually hit the buckshot lariat without killing himself to get the win.
problem with the buckshot lariat, I don't know if anyone else noticed it. So with the buckshot lariat, you have to have one hand over, one hand under. He had both hands over.
Yeah. He did not do it right in any sense of the word.
Like I was watching it, every time I seen him line up, I kept telling like I forgot who I was with. I'm like, he's just gonna land on his ass.
Yeah.
There's no like stability there.
Yeah, yeah. So hopefully he learns how to do one while he's recovering from surgery. He comes back, faces Hangman Adam Page. Though I am a bigger Adam Page fan, I think that would be right for Punk to hit him with the buckshot lariat, show that that he's good and healthy, finish him off with the GTS for the win.
I like that.
For the Bucks, uh, it's another rematch. I'm gonna have to go with Lucha Bros. If you want to bring them when they come back and you want to have one like really hype match, I think your best bet is Bucks Lucha Bros right there. I think the FTR Young Bucks match should be reserved for the AEW tag titles. Next time we see them, I think that should be reserved for those. I think FTR should still have all the titles that they have. I don't think they have the Impact titles. If they want to go grab the Impact titles too, and then that's the only match where I'm okay with a team being immediately inserted into a championship situation is if the Bucks are immediately inserted into the tag team championship, win it, and then we immediately get FTR.
What if, hypothetically speaking, the Young Bucks do the swerve, right? Like they're like they put out the feel. They said they had the feelers to WWE, but then they show up at Impact. They win the tag belts at Impact. Then they go, I don't know, they're like PWG, win the tag belts at PWG. And then they come out and they do like Bucks defend it. And they even go and win the AEW belts. Now it's like the Bucks with the
Yeah, we have a super
PWG,
unification
like all 6 belts on the line.
line. Hell yeah.
FTR Young, like so. Then like
Somebody's leaving looking like Ultimo Dragon.
yeah, then like pretty much we had that whole thing. Like the Bucks went to Impact. Everyone's like, "Oh, the Bucks left AEW for Impact," and then they come right back to AEW. Like,
I would love that. That would be a good
I'm switching my answer to that.
one.
I want them to swerve and go to Impact.
And
Impact's
then
good.
Kenny Omega. This is where your picks kind of fucked me, but my original pick for Kenny Omega was another rematch for his comeback, and that would be Bryan Danielson. I believe the last match they had did end in that time limit draw. That one is still back in the back of my head, in the back that they haven't gone back to. So I think that would be a good one to get him hyped for his return. But because your picks have affected me, I think what my heart really, really wants.
Elite versus Bloodline?
No. It's Kenny Omega versus Dax Hardwood.
Yes.
I think that's what I actually want. Because he's
Dude, like
quietly having a great singles year as well.
Like everyone said, Dax Harwood isn't like in the top 5 this year. It's like
Yeah, I think having a match with a known bout machine like Omega and putting on a banger, like give them like a 30-minute, give them like 30, 45 minutes on the Dynamite. Let Dax go off. I think that could be very good.
Yeah.
And definitely help propel Dax further up. I think everybody knows Kenny's good. I think actually the suspension will be good for Kenny in time to just help build his body up. I feel like he wasn't 100% as he's come back, but I actually do think the time off will help him recover probably a little bit more. And when he comes back again, he'll be stronger. So if we can get that Dax Harwood, Kenny Omega one-on-one, the known best bout machine versus like the underrated bout machine of 2022, I think that would draw some heads.
I mean, I'll go like one more random one, but Omega versus Will Ospreay. There seems like there's something there.
Yep, there is something
Yeah.
there.
I want that at Wrestle Kingdom. I want that AEW.
I don't want that on a random Dynamite. I definitely want that on a bigger show. I don't know if I want it at Wrestle Kingdom, but I definitely want that on a big show.
I just want Wrestle Kingdom because at Wrestle Kingdom, they're not afraid to put over people that are not their like talent. Like if it's a big enough name.
Yeah.
I feel like AEW, you have that feel like when they bring like I love Motor City Machine Guns, but I'm
You
not
never
stupid.
had faith that Motor City She Guns were gonna win. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I like the idea of like being on a neutral ground.
Mhm. Okay. So yeah, fair, fair,
Yeah.
awesome.
But I'm gonna like throw the sidebar though. Like I want you to do if they did the feelers
Oh,
return,
so if they did go
like what would you want for
to the
WWE?
feelers, Street Profits was a good pick for the Bucks. I can't lie. I mean, I think we really just all want that USO match. I think that's one of those last ones out there.
You know what I want to see the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega do on the Indies?
Oh, actually, you know it would be fun because we're talking 6 to 9 months down the line. If KO draws Sammy away from the bloodline, and if you get that old ROH, Kevin and Sammy versus the Bucks.
Oh, that'd be good. Bro, I would like to see the Bucks against Zach Wentz and Trey Miguel.
I mean, yeah, if we can get that.
Or I'm sorry, Wesley, just leave. And like Wesley go and then get the Omega Trey Miguel, like the Elite versus the. I
The
like Myron.
Rascals.
I like Myron Reed. Don't get me wrong, Myron's super dope, but like I always feel like the big three Rascals were
Yeah.
dead. Yeah, like I'm sorry. I mean, but Myron would be dope too. No disrespect to Myron, just
No,
you
yeah,
know what I mean.
it's just like when you think of the
It's like
Rascals,
when you had the Elite with Adam Cole. You're like Adam Cole's fucking dope. It's not Kenny Omega.
yeah, yeah, it's one of those things. Like it's no hate on Myron Reed. We're big fans of Myron Reed. He's just not the first person you think of when you think of the Rascals in their pure form. But
Yeah,
happy to see they all got matching gear.
bro, love me matching gear,
Yeah, yeah, happy to see that green matching gear.
bro. And then the Spider-Man matching gear is dope as hell too.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, I gotta say it on my phone. That's how dope it was,
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, send me that. I did not know they had Spider-Man matching gear. I only saw the
dude.
green stuff.
I just got a snap from the One Man Riot Squad, and at the Waukesha Walmart, they had the Simpsons arcade game for 200.
Is it
That
one of
bitch
those
was
one-up machines?
yeah, that thing was
There's
700 at one.
probably other games on it too.
Is it?
Yeah,
That
the
thing was
one-up
like
machines are usually collections. So it'll probably be like the Simpsons game and a couple of other beat 'em ups. But I've
will
been
be
very
Simpsons.
tempted to buy one of those.
I told Val like I want the Simpsons one really bad. When we saw him at 700, and it dropped to 549. And I
Yeah,
was like,
that's the
man,
one thing. They're kind of fucking expensive.
I told Val like if it was like 100 or 150, it's like a big debate. But like 200, like
It's probably one of their mini cabinets, I think, because their mini cabinets are more affordable, but it's just like an kind of an awkward setup.
well, no, it was the one that was 700 it's on clearance.
Oh shit, yeah, fuck.
Yeah,
You might
yeah.
want to go grab that.
There's like 4 or 5 of them. I was like, payday's Friday. That's gonna be a
Yeah, that actually is a very fucking good deal because they just did the Capcom versus one, and that one is like $700.
yeah. This one was 700 when it first came out, and now
Yeah.
it's like 200. And I'm like, birthday is coming up for the old outlaw.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna have to buy it for myself.
Nice, awesome. Yeah, I almost bought one when I was in Mexico
Yeah.
because they had the Marvel beat 'em up one, so it was like the old X-Men game, the Punisher game, the Captain America game, and that one was like $100. It's like, ooh, this is very doable.
Yeah, like I told Val because I was like, where we would set up. I'm like, we went. I just put it in storage, and then when we get our
Yeah, that's
house,
the thing. It's like it's not about where would I set it up. It's at this price and available. We'll worry
yeah.
about setting it up later.
No, but Val's 100% supportive. She was just asking where it was at. Like, if she didn't say no, she was just like, where do we have room in our apartment? I'm like, babe, not now.
Yeah, it's not about now. It's an investment.
Yeah, but she's like, she was about it. So
Yeah, I definitely
maybe,
would like me one of their machines. And they have like online capability. So if anybody else has the same one, you can play online with them.
All I know is once we get that bitch, and if we get up and running, we got some country air promos.
Oh hell yeah! They will only be done in front of that arcade machine.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah! Oh shit! Oh, we're done with
Yeah.
our topics. So why don't we talk about what we got coming up this weekend?
Yes, sir.
It's a debut, isn't it?
Big debut.
Yep.
We wrestling below zero. Uh, unfortunately, I thought this was going to be one that we could knock off the new state
I
list.
thought so too, and I should
And no,
tell my
not
dad
sounding
because I
bad.
thought it was closer to him too.
Yeah, not like we're not like we're upset about it. Just we wanted to debut in like 5 new states, and this was like one that helped us out on the list. But unfortunately, it's in Minnesota. But still, great promotion, great talent, and we're gonna have a banger tag match against NDS, two guys we love. We love being the crap out of them. They love being the crap out of us. Always, those guys like to party. We like to hit. I'm expecting a big time match here.
Hell yeah! So am I. Excited
Big time
to debut for
debut.
Below Zero. Yes, it's not the state that we wanted, but if we go out, debut, make a good showing, maybe they'll bring us back and we can get that state that we wanted so badly. Um, NDS, it should be a banger of a match. Eric Bischoff is going to be there too, so that'll be awesome, probably.
Bro, we wrestled NDS with last time we wrestled NDS, Doc and I pulled into the lot as they were entering, and we killed it. So like now think about when me and Doc are well rested, relaxing, getting our warm ups in the ring, how it's gonna go.
Yeah, super excited for this one. Gonna have some fun with it. Got some ideas how we can kick their ass. This is definitely like I'm sad so far. It's the only one we've got on the list for this weekend, but I'm also excited knowing that I can just focus on this one.
Yes, we put some feelers out for Friday. Nothing yet, but you know, if we just have one show this week and we have one show and like just rest our bodies. And as much as I love NDS, it makes it harder for you guys because a well rested country air is not a good sign for any tag team.
Not at all, not at all. But yeah, that's all we got so far this weekend. Otherwise, I plan on resting. I got another rest weekend the next week, so gonna relax as we're
Dude,
heading
yeah, I
in.
didn't realize I had a rest weekend. Like, let's tell Val we might have to go see my parents.
Yeah, yeah, getting in that family time. I have not gotten too much of that this year. Got a little bit, but we also getting some more next week. So looking forward to it.
Yes, sir.
So that
So we're talking about List and Dax Hardwood. I want to bring up a list as well. Doc was on the BWI.
yes, I
Uh,
was.
Doc's just making list after list after list. He was on a list last year, on a list this year, hoping to make a list again. So, in honor of the BWI and all that, I want to just ask, what are your who are some guys you think that are going to make the PWI 500 this year?
That did not make it before.
Yeah, that haven't
Well,
made it before.
so with me making the BWI this year, knowing that we have for the most part only done tag matches, and I've had like maybe one or two singles matches. I think this is a good year for you, really.
I appreciate it, but I think my slot's at 501. I know where my slot is. I don't think I've ever made it past 501. You know,
So
I'm
I
actually
do
more
think
excited because Country Air is usually number 51 on the PWI top 50 tag, but they're going up to 100. So maybe we'll climb that list.
yeah, so I mean I guess this is our final thoughts and questions. I don't know, because those later rounds, those later numbers are for guys on the come up. So, I could see Luigi Primo making the list,
Yeah, just because like not to sound. Yeah, he kind of went viral with that with his shtick.
and he did have that banger match with with Base God at Manly, Texas. So he's got a
Yeah, he's good. Like,
he's got a resume. That match did get some love, but it's just that his latest thing got a lot more love.
yeah,
So I could see him making the list. And I mean, really, I would be surprised if Bang Bros didn't make the tag team list this year.
yeah. I definitely can see the Bang Bros making it. I can see the Premiere
I
getting
could see
on
the
it.
premiere making it.
They're killing it on the thing.
I'd be very surprised if, like, yeah, if those two don't make it, I'd be very surprised.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think we're gonna get on it. I'm
I
not
would be
negative about
surprised
myself.
if we got on it, but if those two, like, if Bang Bros don't get on it, I don't know what has to be done to get on it.
Yeah, because Bang Bros have been killing it. Premiere have been killing it. They're actually gonna wrestle each other soon, so that'll be a good time. That'll be a good match. I think Ostley Conley will get on it this year.
Yeah, Connolly's got to make it this year. He's having a really good year.
Yeah, I can see Conley being on it.
Zay Washington, he's quietly having a really good year too.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some other. I feel like I had some other guys who I'm just like, if you're not on this year, I don't know how.
Yeah, what
Isaiah
else do you
Moore,
have to do?
Isaiah Moore, Crash
Yeah,
Jackson.
Isaiah Moore, I could see him getting on.
I don't know if Crash Jackson's been on yet, but if he hasn't, he is
Yeah,
definitely a guy.
he's definitely one of those guys that should probably get on this year if he hasn't been on.
I
Um,
mean,
Damian Chambers,
yeah,
if he
I
hasn't
don't know
been
if he's been
on,
on it, but yeah, he is definitely like one of the good ones.
yeah,
He's been I can see Toko too.
yeah, if he hasn't been on, he hasn't been on yet. That's another one where it's like, well, what else can you do, brother?
Yeah. So those are like a few guys I pick. I mean, you know, I don't really know who else. I mean, Sierra probably.
Yeah, for the women's list, I could see Sierra making it.
Yeah. But yeah, the tag division has gone up from PW 50 to now they're going to go to 100. So
Are
a
they
lot more.
really? Oh shit!
Yeah, a lot more opportunity for tag. I saw it's like I think it's the PW tag 100 now.
Okay, I know they did like release the 500 early, but I haven't looked at it. It's for subscribers, and I'm not paying for that.
I know our podcast has made the PWI before, so
Yeah, and that's all that matters.
like this podcast has been on the PWI, so
Yep. They know we exist. So you listeners, let the PWI know how much you love the fact that they know we exist.
yeah, I mean we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing, but yeah, I think those guys are the ones making they're out here doing cool things, and they're definitely if they're not on, I don't know what like how you said, I don't know what you could do to get on.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, we mentioned a lot of names that definitely deserve the love this year. Interesting. All right. Any other final thoughts or questions, brother?
Nope, I just want to go with the PWI just because, like you said, I think you were what number 396.
For the BWI, yeah, 396, 394, somewhere in that area.
Yeah, today for the BWI. Top 500 black wrestlers in the world, and Doc Simmons is on it, which you respectively should have. I mean, arguably, I think you should be higher up. That's just
Like
me being
that's
biased.
one of those things where it's like, I don't know how much they take into account tag team wrestling.
That's true. We do tag a lot.
Yeah, so that was always a thing. I don't know
I
how
mean,
much because
honestly,
I
I was thinking about the other day. Like, you do have a lot of singles titles. Like, I don't. I definitely know.
but they do it for the past year. I don't have
Yeah.
any from the past year. I'm not confident I have a singles win over the past year.
Hmm. Uh, for those listening from the PWI, please ignore that one.
Like that's the thing. Like, yeah, I don't think I have a win in a singles match in a while.
I think I have a pretty good singles record this year. I think I've lost one or two singles matches.
I'm pretty sure I've lost any time I haven't been with you. I'm pretty sure I've lost.
Well, Teamwork makes the goddamn dream work.
Yeah, definitely.
The motto of the podcast.
Yeah, I don't think I've had one in a long time. Maybe since Priest.
Maybe
Yeah,
that,
maybe it's
for
probably one of.
OFE.
Yeah, that might have been my last one.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh well, we like to. We're tag. I mean, singles are singles. We'll do our singles, but
Yeah.
of course, everyone loves us together.
Yep. And that's all that
I love
matters.
this thing,
So hopefully we make that top 100 list coming in at 51 finally.
bro. 51. I'm telling you, we've been at 51 for a while, so that's like if I'm banking us, I don't know if we'll get on. It'll suck if like out of nowhere we get screwed over and now we're
101.
101.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be happy.
But we'll have to see. There's a lot of good tag teams out there. And my final thoughts and questions are be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Follow all of us on social media. Be sure to give Perch your love and send your well wishes as he travels across the pond to have fun in jolly old Europe. Give him all the support. I'm sure he will gale us with stories either next week or the week after. You know that boy loves to keep his notebook with him, so that I'm sure there'll be tons of notes. Can't wait to hear it. And with that, this has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. 1.